This man has a strange obsession. Every day he goes into the freezer, scraping and eating the falling ice. The cold sensation was so addictive. It was as if it was his life. Then he would gather all the ice together and licked it all up with his mouth until there was no more ice left in the fridge. And then he lay down on the fridge again. If only there was more ice. But as he thought about it, he cried. It was the first time in his life that this 80-year-old man had ever been so wronged. It turns out that a few days ago, Nemo, as a thief, sneaked into a mansion and successfully cracked the combination lock of the mansion's main door. But this time he only had 7 minutes to steal. In order not to waste time, he first targeted the paintings of the rich man's house, because each painting is worth 3 million. As long as he got a few more, he'll be able to get away with it. The rest of his life would be free. But just as he was about to leave, an accident happened. When he followed his teammates' instructions to enter the password, there was an error. The next moment, the house alarm went off. Before Nemo knew what was going on, the house went into lockdown. His instinct to escape was to jump out of the window, but what he didn't expect, the windows were made of toughened glass. He could only go back to the front door. He asked his teammates to do something quickly, but his teammates betrayed him and escaped, leaving him alone in the mansion. He had no choice but to find a solution on his own. But when he removed the control panel, he got a malfunction. He wanted to calm down and find a solution, but the sound of the alarm made him angry, so he kicked the lights out and cut off the siren. The noise finally stopped, but how could he escape? Then he went back to the front door, and after a few moments of groping, he found that the door was made of special wood. It was very strong, but it may be the only way he can get out. If he breaks through a hole, he can pry the door open. At first, it's all going very well. Wooden shavings were falling all over the place. The door was pried open a little, but something happened. As expected, the control panel Nemo had just destroyed malfunctioned. The temperature had gone from 20 degrees to a fever. The tired Nemo realized something was wrong. The temperature in the room is rising sharply. Thirsty, he rushed to the kitchen to get some water. Turning on the tap, he realized there was no water. Luckily, when he opened the fridge, he found half a bottle of vodka. He drank it without hesitation. By now the temperature in the room has risen to 29 degrees. Nemo, chiseling the door, is sweating like a pig. But then he realized something was wrong. There is a steel plate on the inside of the door. Without professional tools, it's impossible to open it. He was in a state of despair after all the effort. But in the end, it was all for nothing. Desperate, he lay on the ground. He tried to contact his teammates by walkie-talkie, but after waiting for half a day, there was still nothing on the walkie-talkie.